Hi, I'm Eric Siegel with Kitbashed Survival, and today we're going to be checking out a feature of the Cold Steel Survival Edge. And this is a survival knife. It's a Rambo style survival knife, as I call them. You can see the logo there, Survival Edge. And of course, these Rambo style survival knives made popular by the Rambo movies. You've got a survival knife with a survival kit built into the handle, so the end cap opens up and you've got a survival kit down in there. Now, most of the time, these type of survival knives are junk. But there are a few exceptions. Of course, the original Rambo knife was made by Randall Knife, and those are exceptionally well made and also incredibly expensive. But there are also a few other ones that aren't bad that are less expensive. There's a couple made by Schrade and a few others. And then there's this one. And this one's very inexpensive, and yet it's a good little knife. Now, you know, it's got a hollow handle, so it's not full tang. So obviously, this is not meant for batoning or chopping down a tree, but for just general slicing and dicing and cutting, it's gonna be just fine. It's got a good blade, a nice Scandi grind, and it's German 4116 steel. So it's a good little knife, and very inexpensive at that. Now, I'm not going to talk about the knife anymore because this is not a knife review, and there's other videos on YouTube that talk all about this knife. What I want to talk about is the survival kit that's in the handle and the other survival gear that's on the knife. So, first of all, on the sheath, we've got a very tight ferro rod right there. Then, around the hollow handle, we've got these rubber grips, which, you know, of course help with grip. But what's interesting is that they come off like that. And so, I'm gonna say that's part of the survival gear, having these little rubber bands. Never hurts. And then we've got the kit itself, which is in the handle. So on the end cap, we've got a compass, and it's actually a good compass, a good little button compass. It's accurate. No problem there. And then we've got the kit itself. So let's take that out and have a look. So wrapped around it, we've got a length of wire, which you could use as snare wire or for any other purposes you might want it for. And it's a good length of wire. Not bad. Then we've got a little Ziploc baggie with the other gear. So let's take that out and see what we got. Okay, so first up we've got a sewing kit with 1 needle and 4 colors of thread. Pretty standard. Then we've got some fishing line that's wrapped around a metal spool, which is kind of nice. And it looks like a good length of fishing line, probably 8-pound test or 6-pound test, something like that. Not bad. There's also some tape around it, which could be used for something. Then we've got some fishing weights. There's 6 ball-style weights. There we go. Then we've got some fishing hooks, and there are 6 fishing hooks in here. Then we've got a whistle. Yep, it's pretty good. Nothing fancy, just your basic whistle. And then last of all, we've got a miniature ceramic sharpening rod for the knife. And I think this is a really cool thing to have in the kit. I mean, you're out in the woods or whatever and potentially in a survival situation, or even if you're not and your knife gets dulled, well, you can sharpen it up with this ceramic sharpening rod. Very cool. So just to review, here's what you get out of the box. The sheath, the ferro rod, of course the knife, the rubber bands around the handle, some fishing line with a metal spool in the center, a sewing kit, some snare wire, a compass, 6 fishing weights, 6 fishing hooks, a ceramic sharpening rod, and a whistle. So all in all, for a survival kit stuffed into the handle of a knife, this really isn't too bad, but I think there's a little extra space in here, so let's see if we can add some items to this kit to make it that much better. So first up, here's a new Ziploc bag to put everything into because the one that was packed with it tore a little bit when I took it out, plus this one's a little larger. I'm also going to try to fit in 2 Band-Aids because, as you can see, I need them. And Then I'm going to try to fit in 2 pieces of tinder. Hopefully they'll fit. At least 1, hopefully 2. And then I'm going to try to put in my mini med kit, which has 2 ibuprofens, 2 Benadryls, and 2 Imodiums. So let's see if we can get it all to fit in there. All right, so let's get these out of the way for the moment and get cracking. Wow, look at that. All right. Ferro rod back in the sheath. And there we go. Look at that. All right, I got it all to fit in there. It was a little tight, but it's all in there, and so hopefully the survival kit in the handle is now that much better off for it. So yeah, this is the Cold Steel Survival Edge, a Rambo-style survival knife that actually doesn't suck. Cold Steel makes a good product. I've never seen anything from Cold Steel that wasn't good, and this is no exception. And it'll work just fine as long as you use it as intended. Again, this thing is not meant to baton wood or chop down trees. It's just a general purpose survival knife, and it does a good job at that with a good blade and good steel and now a better survival kit in the handle. So yeah, that's it for now. I'm Eric Siegel. This is Kitbashed Survival, and I'll see you next time.